Aloha again, Tatum. We just went through the first 3 stitches, which are the half double crochet, the double crochet, and the triple crochet, each growing in size length. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to learn how to decrease the number of stitches in your row. We're first going to do that with a single crochet, and then we're going to build up to triple crochet, all right? Now, just like with our rows before, you want to add a stitch onto the end, just for the height. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to start out just like any other single crochet stitch. You're going to pull your yarn through just like that. Now, I should mention to you before we start that there are 2 different kinds of decreasing stitches. The first kind is just a regular decrease. The second kind is called an invisible decrease. This kind is a little bit better sometimes when you're making stuffed animals because it's, like it says, it's invisible, so you can't tell that you just decreased the stitch. It's a little bit harder, so we're going to go through that one next. But right now, focus. There we go. We have 2 loops on, and normally you would just pull this through and then you've got a new row, right? So yarn over, pull through, now you've got 2 lines. We don't want to do that. We're going to insert our yarn or insert our needle into the next stitch. See that yarn right there? We're not going to pull anything through. We're going to go into the next stitch. Pull our yarn through again. So we've got 3. This is kind of like the half double crochet. We're just going to pull them all through all 3. But instead of having same number of stitches on top as on the bottom, instead of 2 stitches on top, we now only have 1. Hopefully my phone will focus right and you can see. All right, so we're going to go one more time. Insert into the next stitch. Pull the yarn through. Come on. Bone. Okay, just like that. But instead of pulling the yarn through again and making a stitch, we're going to insert it into the next stitch. Now I have 3 loops. We're going to pull the yarn through all 3. So you can see it's starting to make a little bend from where we're decreasing. That's the first one. Then the invisible decrease is a little bit different. What you do is you only go through the front of the loops. And I know that sounds silly, but I'll show you. You go through the first loop on the front, and instead of pulling the yarn through, you have to go through the front of the next loop. So it's kind of overlapping the stitches. It's really weird. Then you pull the yarn through all the way. So that's the invisible decrease. There's the decrease and the invisible decrease right next to each other. Decrease, decrease, invisible decrease. Again, you stick your yarn through, or your needle through this one. Then you have to go through the front of the next one. It's kind of hard sometimes, especially if you're in a hurry. You're going to try to pull it through all 3. Quite annoying, but it's invisible if you're making a ball or something. Pretty nice. All right, and that's it for the single crochet decrease.